welcome to another fantastic weekend of Formula One racing here on the EGL Extreme Gaming League. I'm Tipsy Bob, and joining me on the mic is my trusty sidekick and my good friend, Dad Bats. Covering all the action today, we're going to be covering everywhere from Monaco, Singapore, Abu Dhabi, and Bahrain, all across the world, all across the country. We have a full grid lined up, some of the best talent around the world. We have plucked them from all corners of the earth to give you some of the greatest racing experience viewing footage you'll ever see in your lifetime. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the EGL. We go once and all. The cars are all lining up on the grid. They're all getting ready. The drivers will be focusing on their first corner. Are they going to take it? What are they going to do? Is it going to go deep? Are they going to go? Who knows? Let's take it out. Away we go! DRS is still active, and if Timo wants to get this moved on, he's gonna need to use this DRS zone because I have a feeling. Oh no, Timo, cancel the pressure in this action zone. My friends to mount up another overtake on 1P3 trademark. This is right, trademark.
And Timo are oh, he hits the pit. Oh no! Oh my god, this is so sorry, control myself. So Timo
I wouldn't be gonna penalty too, so they can stand at the back together again. Just like Timo likes it.
how many times did you see how many times Timo tried to get into the pit?
Hello and welcome to SRL Tier 4 here at the Hungaro Ring, for our next series, race in this series. With me tonight is Ocean Chief on the commentating box. I'm Kebab, and welcome to the stream.
Yep, welcome guys. Looking forward to this one. I'm just looking at the timer here, like almost over a minute's gone and no one has left the pits. I wonder what that's about.
I think that's most likely to do with the spectator bug, possibly, but
Maybe
they
yeah.
haven't got the opportunity to leave the pits yet. But
I'm just wondering if there's something going on with the weather or something, because usually everybody gets out. There's at least a few people get out pretty early, get an empty track, but yeah, right now no one is. Oh, we've got a car out. I see a car heading up out of the pit lane. It's Dr. Ufer is the first on track.
so, yeah. Let's get on board with him.
Yeah, but the conditions look very overcast here, so we might see rain in this session. If anyone has any intel on the actual race conditions in chat, please let us know. See, Joel is in chat saying he's back from hospital, so welcome back. And Joel, there he is, the man himself. Dry, confirmed. So dry race and dry quali. So yeah, interesting one. I mean, we have done a race, yes, as recently as yesterday at this track, and it was an interesting one for sure. It is quite the technical track, this one. Quite a lot of, yeah, quite a lot of tough corners. I think the one that stands out though is turn 4. That blind, fast left-hander has caught many people out, and we might see a few incidents there. We definitely are going to see track penalties being added to drivers' times as they cut the track here. It is easy to do, especially turn 4. But Dr. Ufer here is in his rental car. He is charging towards the start-finish line, beginning his first hot lap of the session. And I see he has soft tires on here, so 5 grid penalty for Ace Boys coming out of the pits there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Didn't catch it. I'm guessing he's coming back into the pits now, actually, from his outlap. So I'm guessing he maybe just had a contact with another driver. That's unfortunate. Ace Boys, one of the guys who are competing for the championship, so that's definitely going to hurt his championship hopes. But yeah, talk about understatement of the year. Technical track indeed. Yeah, Hungaroring is very, very technical. It's very easy to make mistakes on. As we have Williams going very slow, but it looks like they were just getting out of somebody's way.
Yeah, it looks like most cars are on track at the minute, and Dr. Ufer is going to be the first across the line. He was a bit tentative through sector 3 there, but obviously he's going to go fastest. But what is his lap time going to be? I think we're looking at what 14s probably for the top 10.
Yeah.
Maybe low 15s. Oh, and Dr. Ufer deciding to abandon this lap, so he's not going to set the first lap of the session here.
Yep. I think who we've got next is
I think X Crystals might be. No, I'm wrong. It's a Ferrari, I believe.
I think it's...
No.
Nope. Looks like we're not going to catch this first lap coming in. We've got a...
I don't know who's on the lap here. Who's...
Yeah, everybody looks as though they're just starting them. I think the first few people out. This is like, and there we go. There we go. We've got our first one in there. 15.9.
Yeah, and that's on medium, so not a bad lap actually. Not too bad.
Not too bad at all. A fair few people are choosing to go out on the mediums for this one. It's definitely worthwhile to give it a try. But as we said, X Crystals, who's usually very fast, sets a 5 on the mediums as well. Another very good lap.
Kebab starting soon screen just came up there on the stream.
Fix that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but we've got more times in the X Crystal, as you say, goes top 15.5 on mediums, but we're seeing a few soft runners. Lepson, new guy to the tier 4 races, 116.1 on new softs. But Nick SK, fast lap there, 15.2 on the soft. So I think you're going to see this. Some of the faster guys are going to try and set a hot lap on the mediums, because the medium hard is pretty, OP strat. But you will, if you want to go out on softs, you probably will get a better time, but you will be compromising your race strategy then, because you will have to pit early. The softs tend to last about, is it like 7, 8, 9 laps? Oh, and I see a Ferrari in the background going off there. So it's Max. Has had a big shunt there. Front
like
wing.
I was on board with him for a little while before that happened, and I switched away from him. He looked as though he was struggling, and he's only on his outlap as well. So I'm not sure what's happening with Max here. But as we start to see more times coming in, as Max rightly gets out of the way of any drivers behind.
Yeah, Max is a fast guy, but sometimes he struggles to put it together when it comes to the actual race. So he's going to limp back to the pits. Obviously, put a fresh set on, get a new front wing, and hopefully avoid that kind of incident and get a lap time on the board. He currently does not have one at the moment. Quite a lot of guys have not got a lap on the board, and we were talking about this before the race. T. Ezra Glue. He is one of the fast guys in this tier. He's got sauce on at the minute, looking pretty pacey as he's heading through sector 3 and to the penultimate corner.
Yep, got him.
And it is very tricky. I mean, like that penultimate corner, it's all about sending it in and just trying to scrub off some speed, but not all speed, as you just kind of want to get on the throttle as early as possible, and I think that's it really. You want to. It's all about getting the throttle open as early as possible.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, good lap from Ezeroglu there. 15.6 on the mediums. So it looks as though we've got Crystals, Definitely Bot, and Ezeroglu all looking like they're very competitive here on the medium tyres. With that being said, let's have a quick look at the constructors and drivers standings while we're waiting for more times to come in. So, as we see here, the lap record first off, I think. I'm not entirely sure what I'm looking at here because I can't see.
Yeah, I can talk a little bit about this. I can see the graphic there. Track record is held by one Atrocity from Season 2 on the F1 2018 game. It was a 1:14.625, and the lap record is 1:17.534, which I think we'll see easily beat today, as these cars are much faster. That was set in Season 4 by It's Triton in the F1 2019 game.
Yeah, I expect to see some of those times beaten today, definitely. Let's have a look at whatever we're looking at now. Which...
yeah, so we've got the Drivers' Championship up there. It's definitely Bot yeah, he's really been the star of this tier. He's 214 points at the top in Mercedes. Ace Boy's not too far behind, 192. So, yeah, there's not much in it at the top. X Crystals, who we've seen put in some fine performances, is 101 points. Yeah, I think he's very fast, but he does tend to have incidents in races, which does tend to cost him. And this new guy, T. Ezeroglu, who's just joined recently, 82 points already, so he's already up there. And then it's top 5, Danny R620, 61 points, Mehmet TV 59. So yeah, I mean, it's we're over the halfway point of the season, but there's plenty of points still on the table.
Yep. It looks as though the championship is definitely heating up a bit as well, as we look at the constructors now. But yeah, the championship's looking tight. It looks as though there's a few drivers who could still be winning with a shout. T. Ezeroglu's not out of the race yet.
Yeah, Ronald has kind of run away with it in the constructors, 235 points. Haas, not too far behind, 173. Ferrari, 155. Mercedes, 125. So I think, yeah, Ronald looking pretty good now. And speaking of Ronald, Dr. Ufer has been on a pretty decent time there. To put himself P2 in the Ronald, 115.5.
Yeah, I would expect the soft runners to get into the 14s though, so I'm a bit surprised that none of the people on the softs have managed that yet, because we are seeing some great times on the mediums as well. But yeah. Yeah,
and they've got this new guy, Kane, 2SRL Kane, on track at the minute now. He has been messaging me, boasting about his TT time, so we are expecting, we're kind of anticipating him dominating this tier today. He's a reserve driver, but we'll see what he's got. He's certainly 15.581 on softs, and it looks like he's on mediums at the minute. So maybe that was just a bit of a banker lap, and I think he's probably going to go for a medium start to this race if he can get a fast enough time on the board.
Yeah, you definitely want to be doing that at the Hungarian. If you can get a decent time and get into the top 10 on the medium tyre, it definitely stands you in good stead in the race, because those mediums can just go a lot longer. The softs are very prone to overheating and wear on this track. The medium hard strategy is what we would be expecting to see from most drivers, unless they start on the softs, in which case it would just be a soft hard. But yeah, we are seeing some very quick times. Nick's currently sitting on pole at the moment, and Enemy Killer, Ever Snacks a Lot, on the screen, has also put in a very good time, as we see the first 14 come in now from Azaiken on the softs. So the track's developing a bit, getting some rubber down, and people are starting to put up some quicker times.
Yeah, and what's also developing in this tier is the drivers. I mean, as we're kind of getting into the guts of the season, we've added a bunch of new guys, and this Azaiken guy is one of them, and he's a worthy addition to this tier. As we see the new guy, Reserve Kane, I was just speaking about him, 14.5 on the board, puts himself top, and that's on a set of mediums. Can you believe it?
Yeah, that is pretty quick. That is, yeah, you weren't lying when you said that he was going to run away with this one, maybe. But let's see, Ezeroglu's now coming out on a hot lap now. We'll follow him around. Done it again. So apologies. Stop pressing those buttons. Sit on my right hand. Sit on my right hand, so I don't do that again. So we've got Ezeroglu coming in. Oh, he goes very deep and locks up there into turn 2. So that will cost him quite a bit of time. But he is doing it on the softs this time, so it looks as though Ezeroglu's not looking for it as he invalidates in turn 4 and then loses it. Very unfortunate. He didn't die. So hopefully he can get back and get another.
I think we're probably going to see a few lose in the race. It is so easy to do. You want to obviously carry as much speed through there as possible, but yeah, it's a blind apex. You're going over a crest there, and if you just get if you get the car unstable through there, it's lights out, and not the good kind.
Certainly not, no. It's a very technical corner. It's one of those that if you get it perfect, everything's fine. If you just make one tiny little error on the entry or anything like that, it's going to throw you into a wall. We've got Max, who hasn't set a time yet, coming around the final corners now on a set of mediums. Let's see what he can do. He's very quick as well, but also another driver who's prone to sometimes getting involved in things that he doesn't want to be involved in. See him come around the final corner now, gets the power down early and crosses the line to a 115.8 on the mediums. Not bad, but proving how competitive his tier is becoming, that is only good enough for P11. But so I'm guessing he's going to want to go out again on the softs to try and get into the top 10. But yeah, at the moment we've got Kane sitting head and shoulders above everybody else on the medium tyres with a 14.5. And I have to say that is a very impressive lap time.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's faster than my time in yesterday's race, I believe. And that's on mediums, and mine was on softs. So
yeah, it's faster than mine on soft yesterday as well, but I had a very poor run in qualifying yesterday, personally. But another thing, I mean, my TT time is only 10th faster than that. So he's definitely got some talent, this Kane guy. I'll have to work hard to fit him into the tiers. But as we all know, tier 4 is generally a testing ground for drivers. When new drivers come in, we put them in tier 4, see how they do here, and then look to shuffle them about if they run away with it. So yeah, it looks like Kane, if you can race on the right days, might be moving to a higher tier. Who have we got here? Max is still doing more laps, so he's doing a second lap there, but down 5 seconds. So I think he's put extra fuel in, and now he's going to go for another hot lap. Let's see if we've got anybody coming across the line at the moment. I think possible Flaws just about to finish a lap. Yep, so he hasn't set a time yet. Oh no, he's on an out lap. So
yeah, I've got Torska on a lap here. So Torska was doing pretty well in the last race. I think he just got into a few incidents, and that tends to happen to him a good bit. But hopefully his bad luck runs out this race as he makes his way through Sector 2, looking tidy enough.
Yeah, very tidy through that chicane. Yeah.
Yeah, you can gain and lose a lot of time here. You can also go on the curve and it'll spit you out pretty hard. It's fast for right-hander as well. You want to try and carry as much speed through there as possible. And then it's all about just feeding the car in, just trying to carry as much speed as possible, and opening up the throttle as early as possible. Look tidy enough there from Torska as he heads into the last corner. You want to stay as close to the barrier there as possible. He heads down to the start-finish straight, and it is a 1:16.5, which puts him P16. So I wonder if he's going to go on and do another run after this one.
Ace Boy has retired, and I'm not sure whether he's done that in the pits or on track. It looks like it's on the pits. In the pit, so Ace Boy in 10th position with a 15.7 on mediums retires. He's not going to improve anymore. That's not the greatest qualifying from him, as X-Crystals also retires as well.
Oh, Flaw goes P5 there on the medium, so a good lap from Flaw in the dying moments of qualifying.
As Torska hits the curb of death in turn 5 on his in-lap and loses it entirely. Let's see if we can find anybody here on a lap. There's the other. Okay, so nope. Got a Renault coming around the last corner. Nope, he's coming at the pits. We've got Zyken's just starting his lap. We've got 2 Red Bulls. We've got Tilda coming on the last corner now. Set a time. Or maybe not. Looks like that was his out lap. Kane beats his pole time by another 10th. So now, yeah, he's now beaten my TT time on mediums in qualifying. So yeah, this guy is seriously quick. So looks like this race could be a 1-horse race this time, but you never know what can happen in the race, and with DRS and things like that and accidents, anything can happen. We've only got qualifying's now saying it's over, but I'm sure we've got like a minute or so left. Still, see if we can catch anybody coming through on the final corners. Where is this? The Great Lampros, he's coming around the last corner now. See what he can do. As Danny retires, Great Lampros is on an outlap, so I really get used to reading the left hand side of this screen. Here we go. Nico is now coming on the final corner on a fast lap. Nope, he's on an outlap as well. Still can't read the left hand side. Let's see. Enemy killer with P3 at the moment. He's doing extremely well. He's had some bad luck in races in the recent past. Hopefully that run can end here. Let's see. It looks as though we may not have many more times coming in at the moment. Got Ezeroglu and Eversnacks on a lap by the looks of things.
Yeah, Ezeroglu heading into sector 2 here. I'm trying to look out for his sector time. Looking pretty handy here already. Oh, and yeah, he gets it wrong for the S's. That's going to cost him a bunch of time there. I don't think he's going to improve here on a 14.9 with that. And runs wide. Invalidates. So
very easy to do in the S's section. That's where I got all of my warnings yesterday. All 3 of them. And yeah, penalties are definitely going to play a part here. And some of the quick guys in this tier are prone to picking up a couple as well. So it could be that whoever keeps it the cleanest will gain a lot of positions near the end. But the Hungaroring's not exactly a DRS train track, because the only real overtaking place is the start-finish straight. Everywhere else it's very difficult to get past. Not impossible, but very difficult. So you tend to see some gaps forming in this race compared to others. Certainly. So if Kane's got the pace, this kind of pace, you know, 3/10 ahead of the next quickest guy on softs, then it's very possible that he's just going to create a huge gap very early on.
Yep, absolutely. And I'm just getting a bit of feedback here from guys in chat. They're saying the stream's a wee bit stuttery, so I think we might have to stop the stream and just change a wee setting.
Okay.
And try and fix that. So if guys are watching, we will be right back in a moment. Yeah. We are indeed, yes. So hopefully, if we can get some feedback on the stream there, hopefully it's a little bit less stuttery. But yeah, there we go. That's our qualifying over. Kane P1, Zyken P2, Ever Snacks a lot with a great quality P3. I have memories of Ever Snacks a lot. Yeah, he was very fast in Hungary qualifying over 1 lap, but over the race, not so good. Got himself into some incidents. So hopefully he can do well today and convert that qualifying performance into a good result. Yep, 100%. Definitely safety car friendly, this track. I reckon we'll see at least one today. Guys in chat are saying, a few of them are saying Kane needs to be in tier 1. I guess this is what we'll find out today. He definitely is fast, but whether he belongs in tier 1 or tier 2, we're about to find out, because one lap pace does not translate sometimes to race pace, but we'll see. We'll see. He's certainly put himself in a good position here to run away with this race, but we will certainly see how he does today and take it from there. Anyone in chat? Oh, what do you reckon? You think Kane's going to run away with this? Dragon, I see you in chat. How many people do you think are going to die and lose their lives today? Is it the BOTD number that we're looking for there? I'm seeing the predicted pit stop strategy there. So yeah, medium hard. It's did I say medium soft medium there at one point? It's a bit of an interesting strat. Oh, kebab. Sorry, Tara saying you're muted on stream. Stream, if you could let us know if you hear kebab.
Okay, that's
Oh, and we did get a disqualification. It was definitely bought a max, so there you go.
Yep.
There's always at least one this time too.
hopefully I can be heard now, but I can't see any reason why I shouldn't be heard. Although desktop audio.
Yeah, apparently that's a fix. So here we go.
Okay.
The lights are up.
Okay, so lights away for. Do you want to take this away or shall I? Well, it's too late now.
Yeah, you go for it. You go for it.
We're getting ready to go. Lights are out, and we have a jump start at the back there. Lepson has left the session. It's just unfortunate. We're still waiting for the start, and away we go. And looks as though everybody gets a nice clean start. Kane is ahead. It looks as though he's going to stay ahead into turn 1, but Zeiken right behind him, as we've got lots of action happening here behind.
Yeah, and it looks like a run will get forced on to the grass area with the boys, and he's lost a bunch of positions because of it. Now down P15, but clean getaway so far. So we head down to turn 2. Oh, and there's a McLaren. Oh, it's a Zeiken. A Zeiken is facing the wrong way at turn 2. Is down to P20.
Very unfortunate. There's a Ferrari going off and dying. That's Max retired. He's lost it out of the second corner and he's out already. Very unfortunate. As there's a Haas round and Ezeroglu hits him, and we've got absolute havoc here. It's absolute carnage. This has got to be a safety car. It's a virtual safety car.
Yeah, virtual safety car, but no safety car. I mean, if it's also not a safety car, what the hell is a safety car? Come on.
Yep. It looks as though Lepson's got a great start with that jump start. Getting a bit tired of this bug, to be honest, but I think that's maybe the second or third time that's happened to Lepson as well, so I'm wondering if it's possible that it could be something to do with his connection in particular.
Yeah, his car's ghosted at the minute, so he's not actually in the session, it seems.
Yeah, he disconnected almost immediately as just before the race started, so... But Floor, with an absolutely excellent start, gets up 5 positions into P3, so he could be looking at a great race today.
Yeah, both Racing Point looking very good. Ace Boys 5-second penalty and a severe collision with Nico. So it's going from bad to worse for Ace Boys here. He's no damage on his front wing though that I can see.
I think Nico's behind him, so I'm wondering whether or not Nico just went in the back of him and he's being given the penalty. Did Nico get one as well, I wonder? I don't know.
Yeah, and virtual safety car is in, so we're back to race conditions now. Racing Point are running away with it. They're effectively P1, P2 at the minute. Lepson, of course, Lepson's back in his car, so he's loving life right now. He's out front with 6 second gap, but I think that's just going to absolutely tumble down now as he's going to see a lot of pink in his rear view mirror. The gap already down to 4.8 from 6 seconds in about 2 corners. So
yep. It tends to happen when you get a guy from the very back of the grid jumping the start, getting in front. You can't really stay out there for very long with the pace that he's got because he was at the back of the grid and qualifying because of a reason, you know. So, but there we go. But yeah, one thing that surprises me is the Red Bulls, both in P10 and P11. They've made up a lot of positions from the start, and Danley and definitely Bot as well, also gaining a lot from the start.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys lost out there though, and I had the pit. Mehmet TV now in the pits, but yeah, TS are really on the hards now. Shaka as well down in P14, P15, and yeah, a bunch of guys really lost out in that first few laps of the race. Boosted Mess, he's a new reserve driver. He's currently P11, about to get overtaken by Torska. So Boosted Mess down to P12 now. Oh, and yeah, we're seeing the P1, P2 make their way past Lepson. Lepson falling down the order pretty fast here. He's down to P4.
And Nick now in a podium position. He's got to try and keep this nice and steady for the rest of the race. As I think Danny's going to quickly pass Lepson now as well. But already seeing some large gaps form between a few of the drivers. We've got a 20-second gap between 12th and 13th. Thinking everybody is just trying to settle down into the race now after that first lap carnage. I'm almost sure we're going to have a few FIA reports coming in after that.
For sure, yeah. We are getting some reports. The stream is still stuttery. Is there any chance we get to stop at one last time and try